Hey, how's it going and welcome along. I'm Rory from Rate My Funeral or Giraffe Studios, depends which way you're facing. And welcome to Devlog, what is it, episode 5 for Ragdoll's Physics Experiments, the game. This is all very, very cool. Today I'm going to do a quick two-part video. I want to quickly show the progress on the menu map, and then we're going to get a little bit technical. Not too technical, just a little bit, and we'll talk about some animation stuff. Firstly, in case you're not up to date, it's worth looking back at the previous episodes to kind of catch up.
I'll check it out.
If you saw the one about the menu map, this is it. So the game's menu is going to be a place where you walk around and interact with things to make things happen. And this is the area to get into the level. I've given the TV a bit of an upgrade, so we've got a proper TV now.
You know, I like it a lot.
And you'll select the environment from there. You'll even be able to select and load save games. And you'll see it out there, and you go through the door and you'll stand there, and that's all good. I added a bit more detail to this area here.
Where have I seen this before?
I still think that this area will probably change, but that's what it is for the moment. There's a door over here. I'm still not going to tell you what that's about. I suggest you subscribe, and then that way, when I do tell you what it's about, you'll find out. I don't know. I've added this elevator here. Now, what the elevator will do, again, we'll cover that later. We've got a door over here. So what I'm doing is I'm just testing some level streaming with submaps and so on. So I've just built a little bit there. And also I've done the same with the museum over here. So the museum, again, as I mentioned before, if you're familiar with any of my previous games, you'll kind of know that I'm a big fan of putting things related to development into the game. So the museum will house things related to the game just to look at for fun and a bit of dev commentary and stuff. Now, at the moment, it doesn't go anywhere. It's still in construction. It's a lot of fun. I can't get up the steps yet. I need to add the ability to climb up those steps. At the moment, you have to jump. But all this is to come. It'll be quite fun. There'll be some interesting stuff down there. I need to shut the door and close it up. It's just while I'm working on it. So that is the menu map. So I just wanted to give that quick update.
Thank you very much for sharing all this information with us.
But now, as I promised, let's get a little bit technical. Not too much. So if you remember, I built a little bit more space inside the kind of test map area. And I was just playing around with some models. Now, this is a model that I made in Cinema 4D and brought in. It's just textured very, very basically. The ultimate workflow will involve Substance Painter, whereas this, I've just placed Quixel textures. This is the texture for what I'm calling a prop launcher. And the idea is that the prop launcher will allow you to fire any item that you've unlocked from the shop in a direction with a velocity.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
So it should be quite fun. There'll be some kind of clever stuff going on with how it comes out. But one of the things I really want is it to be really well animated. So I was having a good play around with, how we're going to do the animated side of things. And I started off with just a real simple skeletal animation for a floor panel. I'll just show you what I've got going on here. So this is my test sequence. So it's a simple model that I built in Cinema 4D, and then I imported it as a skeletal mesh. And now I'm able to control the parts individually. And what I'm doing is I'm using that as a linked sequence that I've then attached to this one, which is sitting inside of a blueprint. So if I go into simulate mode, that is now working based on that animation that is in here. So if I go in and change anything inside this animation sequence here, it will update that one. So it gives like really nice flexibility and so on. You may have seen it in the background. I then started doing some tests with the gun. So again, one of the things for me, I love the idea that things are tangible. I didn't want to make it so the gun just appears. I want to make it so that the gun assembles itself in the room or something. So I built a really simple model like this in Cinema, and then I did exactly the same thing as I did over there, and I built this animation for it. So it uses the same door opening, but then it actually comes out, and it's just built off a sequence over here. We can see this is my control rig. It's a little bit more complicated, this one. We've got a lot more keyframes going on, but we can see that the doors open and the cannon comes up, and as the cannon comes up, all the parts kind of extend. I've added in these extra little bouncers so things feel sort of locked in place. And again, I can change anything inside this sequence and my blueprint will just update. So if I decide that I want this to go a little bit faster, it's all taking a bit too long. Let's just say, for example, I grab the entire thing and bring it in a bunch and I save that. Now when I run my blueprint one, see how much quicker it is? And there we go. So I've got this ability to fine tune stuff and it will affect everything. So this, I love all of this. This is great. This is a real good bit of progress. So that's what I just wanted to talk about, a little bit about that. Now, if you want to get further details, feel free to ask me questions in the comments. I didn't want to go making a kind of tutorial style video at this stage on this. However, if you do want to know more about that sort of thing specifically, let me know in the comments, and you never know, I might put something together. For now, I just kind of wanted to show you the progress in terms of how I'm planning to do animations and so on throughout the game. And these will all be sort of intertwined? Yeah.
Whatever you say, buddy.
And I'm really looking forward to getting further into it. This is so much fun. It's really exciting. I'm absolutely loving it. So I'm super happy that I've managed to get my workflow, you know, from Cinema 4D here, where I can model all the objects and so on, and then get them into here without any problems and be able to animate them with skeletal meshes inside of Unreal. This is a massive game changer. And that literally the next thing is to insert Substance Painter in between so that I can start sort of painting these with really nice details and scratches and marks and all of that sort of wonderful stuff. And my next bit is, I actually forgot to put a rotational value on this. So I need to upgrade the model to allow you to actually turn it. Silly me. You'll be able to change the angle, but yeah, right now you can't turn it.
Brilliant!
So now, just because we have to do it, we have to set up a basic premise for something which is probably going to be something like a 3-piece suite, 3 ragdolls just in front of the three-piece seat.
It's easy for you to say.
And then a classic boulder behind. Oh, so yeah, you know, it's addictive. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget, you can follow along by liking the video and subscribing and hitting the little bell to get notified of new videos. You can support the project. There's a Kickstarter page if you want to come and support it and join in and be a part of it, pick up some of the early bird rewards and all of that. And of course, if you do, I will absolutely love you forever. So thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.